Hello.
Are we live? Are we live? Are we live?
So this is what happens when Natalia is real sick and is not able to come to a live stream. We are mostly familiar with our stuff, and except for the whole going live aspect. And I'm the one that caused scheduling issues, so I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Well, stuff happens. These are lives. They're not supposed to be perfect.
They're not supposed to be perfect. Natalia might be joining us
even
if
here,
she's
like watching though too. So we could
maybe
be saying all
watch it
this
later.
And
We'll be entertaining for later in case
somebody will watch it like a week from now and they'll be like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, we could have just like kept it quiet and be like, "Oh, the computers crashed or something," and
that's true.
Just because we just messed up on our end.
Could have just like kept it quiet and be like,
Hello.
My supposedly silent phone, not so silent.
We're like, oh, that's my voice.
I was like,
yeah, that's me.
Jesse in stereo.
So welcome if you're joining us. This is our Noonas radio Showtime extraordinaire. I don't know what our official title is for this, but it is the time when we talk about the things that we've been listening to, and it's been a very long time since we've done the last one.
Yeah,
very long time.
As far as us remembering what we
Sometime
last spoke
year?
of, so we have listened to a lot since then.
Yeah, and we're definitely forgetting things too.
Yeah.
So
there's going to be no way. I'll kick off with a quick rant, very short, about. Okay. So I'm currently watching Trot Lovers, and the fact that their soundtrack does not have the main trot songs that are being sung from the show. Like,
it's the worst.
Like, if you go to Spotify, there's like 2 songs, and they're not. But I'm not even sure they ever released in general. So like, I need to do a little bit more research. But as far as definitely access here, I'm not sure that they ever let any of those trot songs, which some of them were, of course, like already existent trot songs.
Yeah.
Like, that's what most of them were, of course. But Eunji does such a good job singing them.
Oh, I bet it's a licensing thing. That's
I'm
probably
sure
why.
it is.
It has to be, because they would have wanted to rake in that money.
Right. And she sings so much in the show. Like, I'm just going, so that's sad. Because it's not the same. You can go listen to this, the original song, which is probably lovely, but it's not the same as Eunji singing it from the show.
Right. Yeah.
So that's my rant of that sucks. But I'm sure it is a licensing thing, because some of them, I mean, the fact that I can recognize some of the songs, I'm like, some of these are. Yeah. I'm sure they're all like super popular.
Well,
songs.
I found that like even just with watching like White Christmas, rewatching that, most of the music that's in it is just Western like popular tunes and stuff, right? So like the older stuff, they didn't seem to like have that OST thing happening quite the same way like as they do now, and so I wonder if that was part of it. It was just like, oh yeah, we're just, these are popular songs, we'll just sing them, and then it was like, oh, but we don't we don't have rights to do that, so we won't.
A show I was watching, Trot Lovers, in the background there was a Beach Boys song, and like a Kokomo song. I was like, that made me laugh.
Yeah.
So, does anyone want to kick off with what they've been like? You don't have to give your whole list, but like right now, or what do you want to first what do you first want to bring up?
Let's see.
Well, Natalia wanted us to mention TXT for
her. That's true.
True.
And they had it's good. It's a good little album. Another chapter. I can't remember what it's called. It's the name chapter, Temptation. And some good.
I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but
got some
stuff. It's not as rock, is it?
No, I wouldn't.
They've kind of been like in and out of it. Yeah.
So I really like. They've got a song with, what's her name, Coi Leray, who is a Western singer. rapper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, but it's called Happy Fools. I really like that one. But the
Cool.
like main song is Sugar Rush Ride, which is a lot of fun. Dance, kind of. It's a good time.
Cool,
So.
cool.
And
I'm sure Natalia's been listening to other stuff too.
I'm sure. And then
Oh,
also,
yeah.
I know that she always listens to her one playlist that she has. That's her background playlist.
True.
I have been really loving Purple Kiss's new EP.
See, I need to listen to that one. I haven't listened to that one yet.
So good. And dare I say, this is my favorite title track that they've done so far.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And you like them a fair bit.
Yeah, I do. I really do. They're one of my top like girl groups, especially in this generation. I think they're great and they've got wonderful voices. But like also Take from that album is really good. If you don't know Purple Kiss, they do really good intro songs. And unlike other groups where the intro is kind of just like instrumental, still great. They do like kind of a minute and a half lyric like song intros, and they're all so good. And so that's great for this album as well. But I just love Purple Kiss and I love their voices so much. And they kind of stay in that like really great, like they're like concepts like witchy vibe. They're darker, but like not like as Dreamcatcher-esque. So they kind of like stay into that like sultry R&B, which just is great for all of the members. It's really good for their vocal registers and so good.
I'll have to play that right after we
You do.
Well, and that's just a side note real quick. So even when we like record podcast episodes and stuff, the other three Noonas are able to like listen to music and talk. I literally cannot. Like I can't do the two things at once. So for me, I think one thing that I've been playing a lot is One Wee's English album release, and they had one new song on it. The album's called Gravity, the song is called Gravity, but then a lot of their songs they did in English, and it's
nice.
I mean, it's as great as the Korean, and I just assume that they worked super hard getting the lyrics to be as equally flowy as it sounds really good. Like it doesn't feel the beat's not off or anything with any of that.
That's really cool. And they did that like right before people left, right? For military?
So as far as the release, it was way after they left. Yeah. So two of them went into the military and...
But are they on that album?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay.
And so
that's what I'm actually thinking of.
Yeah, like the music video, which good music video. All their music videos are good. Go check them out. But, yeah, they... A lot of halter, like a lot of crop top jacket situations. But yeah, like it's a really good song, and on the behind the scenes stuff he talks about like I was just trying to mess around and write an English song, which I'm not very good at English, so it was kind of hard, but sounds great to me, so I really enjoy it.
Nice.
That's cool.
I was listening to, I think JB is gone.
I think officially
military now, and he had a little release before he went. It's called the album's called Seasonal Hiatus, which I guess is taking the Korean seasonal hiatus.
Seasonal hiatus to military.
Yeah, so it's only got like 3 songs on it. I really like the song Whiskey. It's got a very they're good songs. Like they've got a really nice sort of like husky sound to them, and kind of I don't know if I'd maybe R&B, little jazzy, a little I don't know. It's just it's good. It's good. I like his voice, and I like the styles of the songs, so he will be missed.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw a lot of people on like line. They're like, "Wait, what? What?" And this was like when it was still kind of a rumor, and I guess like his mom told someone and was like, "Yeah, he's gone."
yeah. It was like,
so
and then
funny.
there was like a picture of him with a shaved head and vibe, and you're like, "What?"
That's like Sungjin when he went into the military. He literally on his way in the car, he just like turned on a live, and it's just shaved head. And he's like, "Well, see ya."
Bye. Okay.
But That's nice that he was able to get something out before
Yeah.
he left.
With In Flying, just a couple days ago, Dong Sung, the youngest by far, he decided that he's gonna go with Jaehyun and Chahan. So like the 3 instrument line will be going pretty much as together as they can.
That's
like
cool.
Yeah.
So
That's like one of the closest. Well, there's another group that just went into the military together, right?
like recently?
No, maybe not recently, but
Like
maybe
on
within
off?
the year.
O and
And maybe it
F?
was, yeah,
O and
maybe
F,
that's who I'm
like,
thinking of.
yeah,
Yeah.
They all went.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, except for the Japanese member who
yeah,
didn't have to go.
but with like
So-
well, yeah.
He just released a song. I haven't listened to it yet, but like it's
Oh.
released as an ONF song, but it's an ONF like it's solo work,
Okay.
and it looks kind of
It's
like
his subunit.
sad.
It's his whole subunit.
I just saw like a little bit of stuff like from the video, but I didn't have time to click on it at the time. And it looks very wistful. It looks very like I'm missing my members and I'm all alone. Like, poor baby.
Yeah, so they're coming back soon, I guess. Time just doesn't feel right. Like I can't keep up with anything right now.
And
So
I feel like a lot of them are all of them in the military band. Like that group, a lot of them are in the military band.
I think so.
And then I know that the two from One Week are in the military band. So they all did
Doan's in the
ONF
military
and
band.
like they all did a lot of
Yeah.
they're on YouTube. Like there's performance
That's all they
from some
do
of
there.
their
I'm like,
stuff.
what a life.
Now you have
see.
cool little band uniforms.
Nice.
That's so funny. I'll like talk about this. I just found this group. They're called No Sleep Club. They're a really cute little like pop punk group.
Ooh.
There's only like 2 songs accessible that I can find through my like kind of like first rounds of like trying to figure out them. And I think the last one was like a year or 2 ago. So they probably are fairly new. Well, they have to be. They look pretty young. And there's lots of stuff going on outside. Sorry. But like they look pretty young, so they probably haven't been around for that long. Anyways, they have a song. I'm going to assume it's the title's I Don't Want Love, because that is like a line in the song. But if you're looking for it, it's I Don't Want, and then it's the less than 3 heart.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you're like
Okay.
yeah. But like if you're looking for like a new little pop punk group, they're great. It's a female lead singer. This song is entirely in English too, but it's like a really fun little just like catchy like song, like about like
Nice.
talking about like a wrong lover. Like it's just like it's really cute. I think they're good, and I'd like to see more of them. So I'm like kind of keep my eye on them to see if they come out with something. So maybe this is like the start of them like working on an album. So hopefully
That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
I'm trying to think. So because it's been forever, I'm gonna bring up some things. AT's probably in the meantime has had like what 2 or 3 comebacks in that
Yeah.
song.
Oh my gosh, a lot.
They always drop a lot. So
That is true.
Halazia was the most recent now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's kind of like a spin-off thing, like them with their storyline, and I don't really know what's going on. I just accept it and let it wash over me and just let it be a thing. I don't even try to follow the kids that try to analyze it. I don't
No.
even.
That's how I am
Whereas-
with Dreamcatcher. I'm like, let the little, like the kids will
Well-
figure it out for me. I don't have to figure out codes. I don't.
Yeah, with
yeah.
Dreamcatcher, like with either the codes or I'll kind of try to, because it's pretty simple. I'm not saying it's super simple, not the codes, but like their storyline, the narrative.
Their storyline,
arcs
yeah.
Mhm.
it's not like there's going a ton of back and forth in time situations.
Mhm.
So like if I find a thread of someone thinking they're explaining, I'm like, I can read it and kind of follow.
Mhm.
ATs, I'll try
No.
to read it. I don't understand what's going. It's fine. my little pirates are doing something. Like, I don't really...
That's all you care about.
They're sad this time, and they have some of the hats around. Like, that's about as far as I get with it. Like, look,
the music is
looks
good, and the
dystopian.
stages are fun, so, like, that's all I need. That's good.
But, you know, they're always a good time.
That's true.
I just saw, like, yesterday that Ibara has a new album out.
Oh.
That's always a good time. Her
Yeah.
voice is great, and her style is sort of soft and sultry and good. The album is called Heaven.
Rude
boys.
pirate boys.
Yeah, yes, they are. So I really like the song Siren, but they're all good songs because it's Ibara, and
I really like her.
She doesn't make bad music.
No,
Like,
she really doesn't.
You know,
No.
So if you like her style and you like her voice, then you're probably gonna like every song she puts out, because she does what she does, and she does it well. So
No. I mean, if we're also talking about like groups that came out while this time has been, that are major groups, at least for us, Monsta X did come out with a album.
Right.
It's Reason. The title track is Beautiful Liar, which I really like, but my favorite off the album is Deny. It's got this like really nice, like almost jazzy feel to it. Like it's one of their like kind of like more R&B tracks that they usually end up doing for those B-sides, but it's a good album all around. But it's Monsta X. Like,
right.
I don't think there's like very many like songs that I like dislike from them, and when it's dislike, it's just like I'm not gonna like play it all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
Monsta X. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Moonbin and Sanha came back with their little Incense mini album. That was fun. What's kind of funny about that, side note in case you don't know, so like, you know, when they do these albums, and if you watch little interviews where they're trying to describe the themes of the album, and you know, sometimes it just kind of feels made up, totally fine. What's funny about it is Moonbin is known for like he's one of those people that can like smell the heads of the members and like tell them apart. So like his super smell is kind of like his thing.
Right.
So the fact that when he would be describing the album is all about like, you know, we thought of the sense smell and like incense, like just all this, and it was just cracking me up because I'm like, yeah, you probably got that from like, that's his kind of trick that he does, you know. Sanha is an innocent baby. A very tall baby.
Yeah, but innocent.
So innocent. They're not like going around with hammers and ice and all types of stuff in the music video. It's a good time.
No.
I've fallen down the XG rabbit hole.
I have too.
Yeah.
Oh,
so good.
They are really good. You got me.
There is not that much music yet, but like what there is great. So I really, really like Left Right. Is one of the more recent songs. It's the B-side of their is it Shooting Star?
Yeah, I think it's Shooting Stars.
Shooting Star is which is also great. The video concepts are fun to watch, and
yeah, they've got that like really kind of like fun like younger kid, not kids, but like, you know, teenagers vibe, but they're still like good, like they're well produced and everything.
Very. And so far it seems like all their music is in English. So or
their
you know,
concept for their group, I haven't gone into it that much, but there's something different about them too, in the way that, because they're it's like they're almost technically not K-pop.
Well, aren't they like most of the members Japanese or something?
It says a Japanese girl group based in South Korea.
But there are Korean ones. Yeah, so it gets weird, and I know there has been talk because it's been kind of like the way that they're getting like in like music shows and stuff, they're not getting as well like received because of that. But like and they've pretty much done all except for they got really big on TikTok, and I kept on seeing them. They put out like in between what they just put out and their last song, which I think was like Mascara or something like that. I can't remember the title.
Yeah.
They kind of started to like put out these like promo type
Or
things.
Tippy Toes. Is Tippy Toes?
Yeah, one of them. They do the kind of dual songs a lot for their, promotion time. But like one of the things that they were doing, they were highlighting their rappers, and they have really strong rappers. And one of their youngest members of the group, she's Japanese. She so they'll do like kind of like just like random flows of rapping for like each of the members or the rappers. And the youngest girl, she does like one, and she literally just goes through Korean, English, and Japanese all in it, and like so good. Like these are like probably the top rappers in K-pop right now.
Yeah, like I think the way that I heard of them was I was watching a video on YouTube where Jackson was like in an interview or something, and this guy's like, I gotta show you this new girl group, and he plays it, and Jackson was just like, that's the future, that right there, that girl, that rap, that this is the future, we're looking at the future. Like he was just blown away by her flow. And so I was like, okay, well, we'll check them out. And then
yeah, it's like global girl group, but right now only kind of being pushed in the Korean entertainment space, I guess. But I guess that's like probably the only place that they can live, kind of sadly, like unless they went in, I guess, in Japanese market, but like
right,
it's not really something that can be put over here in the Western market, at least still, because of the industry here.
Really, all the new girl groups, like, they're so popular. Like, they're just dropping so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like, good for them. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
Like how popular that Oh My God song is, like, on TikTok and stuff. Yeah. And just everyone with their edits, like, that's just so funny.
Like, it's funny how much you see on TikTok or on Twitter, people who are like, I'm really mad by how much I like New Jeans because I wanted to, like, not like them, but it's
can't. Really hard.
Like them. And it's like, I can avoid Cookie, but like the rest of it like, and even Cookie's a good song. Like,
it's a good song.
Like, I just don't want to watch that. But
the best thing for them, but like, it's a good song.
Like Hype Boy and OMG, like those they're just great and fun and very age appropriate for who they are. And
yeah, and I think it does help that like a good half of their members are like fluent English speakers, which helps in the international like audience because that means you're guaranteed some things with them like behind the scenes or interviews and stuff where even if someone hasn't fan subbed it yet, you can watch it. And I think that really helps with international viewers or like lives where they could be, speaking halfway through the live in English and you're like, oh, I can understand them now. So I'm more attracted to like follow them because it's not just like me waiting for the live to end and then, someone fan subbing it and then finally getting to watch it. I can at least understand bits and pieces. New Jeans does have that town.
Yeah, they do. Dreamcatcher, they had a single, the Reason song.
The Reason. It's their fan song for their debut.
It was what's been fun to see is how popular that music video got. Like, because I just happened to see on Twitter all the stats accounts, and they were like the numbers that music video pulled compared to like the most popular songs. So it's like it was really cool. Like it got a lot of good play at the time and stuff. It was great.
Yeah,
and I think that they're getting even more eyeballs, which is.
I think so too. Oh yeah,
especially for a fan song. That's why it was so like, surprising for people to still be, non-fans to still be checking it out that much.
I haven't been listening to a bunch of stuff just because I haven't had time to actually like look for new stuff. So it has to come to me, and then I can play it at work. but yeah, like I can't take the time to find it and curate it and then, you know, listen to it. But I did saw, because I just wanted to like highlight them. There's this new girl group that I think just debuted maybe within this past week called Limelight. And they have this song called Love and Happiness. And it's a really cute song. Like, I think it's a really cute. And like the music video was good. And I think they have good voices. And it hasn't been getting a lot of play. Like, I think it was at like 100,000 views after, I don't know, the week or so of it being up. But I think they have potential if people are listening to it. So if you're like looking for a new girl group, I think that like this might be it. Because they're a little bit more, you know, they're a little bit more in the young kind of poppy realm. And that's where like you want to listen to music. I think checking them out would be good.
I sort of, another little rabbit hole I went down, Ocean from the Blue, who I love.
I love Ocean from the Blue. Oh, so good.
And he put out a new album, his self-titled album, this past month. And it's great, as usual. But then on top of that, there's a single that came out where he features on somebody else's single, and the song is called 1615, and the singer is a Japanese singer named Sincere. So I went and followed her. Great voice, great style. Like,
I'll have to look it up.
So good. I half expected that I would mention her and you'd be like, oh yeah.
I might. I'm bad with names, so like if I listen to them.
R&B and like, yeah. So great sound, great. Like,
I think I'm gonna go back into my Japanese music rabbit hole, which is a very big time suck because we don't get the luxury of even having any sort of like Twitter accounts that are like, here, let's push this out as English. I have to like translate like tweets and stuff, but especially because I've been watching a lot more J dramas, and I think I'm just going to continue on doing it, especially if like Netflix is going to keep bringing them out.
Actually having access,
and then I'm like, like I just watched I just watched it, the First Time Wife Escapist, and then it just brought me back into the Jen Hoshino hole that I had started years ago. I think Jen Hoshino was one of the first first people that I talked about in one of our first music episodes.
Oh yeah.
Like that was a while ago, but like I just got back into it, and like I mean, like some of his stuff is not available, which is like the problem with his stuff. Like kind of like half of it gets blocked, which is also another thing that makes Japanese music hunting hard. But like I'm like, oh no, I'm like, really? And everybody keeps on like all my favorites. Like TK has been putting out stuff with Psychopaths, and then I'm just like going on to Spotify and just letting it run, and like I'll put like his radio on and just let it run through people, and I'm like, I guess I'm doing this again. And then I like never favorite anybody, so I'm like, okay, well, I guess they're just, maybe I'll hear them again.
Hopefully they'll come back through. I haven't been listening to a ton either. I know that like last month or two, the Alchemy of Souls soundtrack I was really big into, so that was really fun. Nice mood music.
Eileen did a song for that, right?
Yes, she did. Let me go.
I think I liked it. Yeah.
Cassie Gummy did one. Cassie Car the Garden.
All good.
Yeah. The fact, just FYI, if you're just listening to this about music and you don't really know the show that much, the show is in 2 parts, therefore even the soundtrack stuff is in 2 parts as well. So like as far as but even Minhyun, like he had a song on it too, so that was really nice. His voice is pretty. I think he's gonna have a solo release very soon. I saw his teaser stuff lately.
Cool.
Mike, have you been listening to anything? Let us know. Anybody in the chat?
Yeah.
Folks.
Ooh, we see 2 people.
We see 2 eyeballs.
He put out his
4
package.
Oh, that's true.
Killer, which is so good.
I need to.
But
I
it's
need to
Key, so
listen.
of course it's good because it's Key. But the visuals are perfect, and the sound is so 80s. Like it's got
That's
such
what I
a
love about
retro
them.
vibe. Yeah.
So good. Oh, and I guess like before, like Minho did his release, like
Yeah.
it's been that long.
It's been that long.
I kind of feel like I was still at my parents' house the last time you did a radio, but that would mean like August of last year, which is a while.
I was gonna say no. I'm sure it was like September, but that's not that different from August. So like,
yeah, like
it's still like half a year.
But as far as so time has passed so quickly the past handful of months. Like as far as September doesn't seem that long ago to me.
It really doesn't. Like I can't believe it's already like close to the end of February. Like that's just messing with me.
It's absolutely insane.
I know Twice had to come back. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Natalia was very happy for that.
Yes. Great song. It's English, which is fun, and it's a really good, fun song. Like really enjoyable. Very it's sexy music. It's booty call music. So it's grown girl music. So
good, they are grown girls now.
They're grown girls, so that's okay.
Yeah,
we like it when the grown girls sing the grown girl music. Like,
you don't need the children doing that.
Yeah,
literal children. So I will mention The Last Rock Stars. So I watched their so they went on tour here in the US, and Bandmade was their opener at their final like show in LA. And so they just happened to do they did a live stream thing. And I was like, shoot, I'll watch that.
See Bandmade live and in person. And I just couldn't bring myself to go, and the time and risk being COVID exposed. Because I had the tickets too, and they were in DC.
Yeah, I remembered your tickets. I remembered you getting them. That's so sad.
COVID ruined everything.
Right.
So the thing about the show, the Last Rockstar show, was like, I wish I remember. For me, it was like 10 o'clock at night on a Friday, and Bandmade played for about 20 minutes, and I was expecting a lengthy stage change. Like that's normal.
Yeah.
Evidently something happened, so it was like over an hour later.
Oh
no. Which like I was fine sitting there laying in bed, like I'm just
like
chilling. But like I felt really bad for like the
people who were there.
The concert.
So as far as like they didn't take the stage until just a little bit after midnight Central Time. So I mean they were over in LA. So I mean at least it wasn't midnight their time.
Yeah, but still like you're still there for that time,
Yeah. It felt super late to me because I'm way over here in Central Time. But I mean it was a really good show. And again, I'm not super familiar with all of them. I was like searching them as I was watching and stuff, but there was a really cool kind of like guitar battle thing between Sugizo and Miyavi, and like so that was really fun. And then Hyde and his voice was really pretty. And
I love Hyde so much. See, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to start going back into my visual K phase, and that's going to be the big thing. And I can't do it. I can't. I'm an adult. I have responsibilities.
See, and that's part of the thing. Like, I was like, oh no, I don't know if I am allowed to go down the visual K rabbit hole. This like, I'm allowed to watch this
late
concert.
in the game.
Yeah, like I'm an adult, man. I can't. But like, it was really fun watching Bandmade, and I got a really big kick out of the drummer. I don't know her name. Sorry, but like, she smiles a lot. Like, She reminded me of Jaehyun from Infline as far as she was just very expressive and happy when she was doing all of her rock drumming. I was like, oh, she's so
I
cute.
also agree that she should go for it. Then I'll also feel good about going back to it. Like I'll be like, oh, there's someone else. We can just like share
we can talk
things.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on
Because
Twitter, 'cause
visual
Twitter's
came-
broken, but
Because even when I was trying to like look up information about the artists that comprise of the last, these Visual K superstar guys, I just don't know stuff. So I was like, and I was looking at the years, like how long ago some of that was. I was like, oh my gosh, like this was a long time ago.
it was a
Wow.
long time I was getting it from places.
But I do like the song. So they did release. The song is called "The Last Rock Stars." Paris remix or something. That has the F-bomb, so like just know that. If you're like listening at work or something, I suppose. But it's fun.
I'm excited if you're gonna get into this now. Now it's like maybe you should. Force you.
I should like, but there's only so much time in the day.
Maybe okay. So if you know our podcast, you know that we for our birthdays we pick people, like or pick an episode about what to do. Like we've been doing it with like music people, but Amanda started with like K-drama.
Drama
I've already picked mine, but I could switch mine and introduce you to Gact. So oh, no.
I'm not going to make you switch yours. So we'll see what happens, because I haven't picked mine officially yet. I, of course, know. So we'll see. No. Like, if I really get into it, I don't know. But then that would make everyone get into it. So I'm excited, but I also know, like, I'm also very much in a drama watching phase, too. Yeah, so, like, as far as I'm really enjoying watching a lot of dramas, I only have so much free time. Yeah. I can't be putting Visual K into my eyeballs and ear holes at the same time I'm watching a drama, which if I could, that multitasking would be very helpful.
Right.
It really would.
I've been doing so much, like I've been reading a lot lately and listening to a lot of audiobooks. So then it's like, oh, we're going to talk music. Right. I should listen to music. So, which is good. Like, it's good to, take a break and like,
switch it up
a bit. Switch it up. But I was sort of like, wait, what have I been listening to? But, thankfully, Spotify lists, things happen. I was like, yes, I have listened to music. I know music as well as words.
I know this thing called music.
I will mention that I am bitter that there hasn't been a Pentagon comeback.
Oh, there really hasn't, no. And there probably won't be, right? Well, I mean, like, for right now, just because of
so
Hui.
Like, yeah, so the fact that Hui is now involved in one of those, what are they called?
Planet
competition shows.
Boys
Planet.
Boys Planet. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not bitter at Hui, if that's really what
Yeah,
that's fine.
Maybe they'll do something like they're prepping so that like as soon as that show is over, they release a comeback to try to get everybody who saw him on it.
I hope so, because
I just want a reason for him to be there, and a good reason.
And so far, what he's revealed, like, of course, they asked him why did you come on the show, and it was just really, really sad stuff. Like when he was in the military, he was thinking that like no one really pays attention to Pentagon anymore, and so he feels like he needs to learn a lot of new things in order to be more relevant. Like, it's like, dude, Pentagon is like, they're fired. They've been dead forever. Like,
yeah.
And him,
I hate
like
Cube so much.
And
Cube is
like,
the worst for everyone.
Hui, like, how many songs, how many super popular songs have you written by, like, dude, you're relevant. Like, don't think you're not relevant.
Yeah.
Like, that was really sad. But, I mean, he's the type of person that he likes learning a lot of new stuff. So I think that's essentially it. But as far as when he was, the tone of how he was, it was very sad. Like, his tone was very sad. And I was like, oh, that's...
Don't be sad.
Yeah, don't be sad. But he, he's fine. Like, learning from his much younger peers, but also teaching them how to find a camera and stuff like that, like the stuff that he's known forever. But yeah, I'm not. For the record, I'm not watching that show. Like, if anyone's assuming I'm watching, I'm not. Like, I just saw that like one clip.
This is why.
See,
this is why I don't watch.
Crying.
Oh my gosh, no. I hate those. I hate them so much. I cannot watch them.
Like, I'll just run across it on the Twitter timeline, and then I'll message to Katie, because she's my fellow Pentagon fan, and we'll be like, no. Like, who do we need to go murder that made him feel bad?
Right? There was like a whole thing with one of the rappers who's American, who's on there, and apparently, like, it's been a whole thing. They're like, Mnet's giving them songs. Like, they're not getting to pick songs for their register and stuff. They're just being given songs. So and then they're crappy when they're singing, right? And they're cutting, like, the performances. So, like, this guy had this whole big rap portion to the song that he and his partner were doing. And it was fantastic. His dad put, like, you can watch it on YouTube because YouTube has the full performances. But in the show, all it is like him singing the chorus, and he's got a fine voice, but like that's not where he shines. So like the parts where he's good isn't, like, it's just brutal. Mnet is like clearly has their favorites already picked out, and they've decided who the winners are, as they do.
And the way that they do these things so much, it bothers me to no end.
Well, this kid, his dad went on social medias and made like a huge plea for him, like, you people don't understand. This is my son. He feels like this is his like last chance. Like, he's aging out of this, you know. And like, this is his chance, and Mnet is screwing him. So he's like all over the place. Like, and so I saw a lot of people saying, well, he wasn't in my votes before, but he is now. And I'm like, good. Cause like, but at the same time, all of them have that story, right? Like, all of them are getting screwed by Mnet. So like, Mnet's the devil.
Well, that's why someone like Hui, I'm like, buddy, and that's the devil. But don't go on their show. Don't do that. But here we are.
Yeah. It's so bad that he feels that he needs to do that. I'm sure that's just like the pressure of like work culture there too. Because like he obviously is very talented. Not just like we believe he's talented, but like there's numbers to back it up, and the fact that like people keep picking up his songs to like produce and stuff. Like I think, like, also, like, Pentagon might not be the top, but they're still better positioned than a lot of boy groups. Yeah. Like, so they're one of the top, like the ones,
like the ones being featured on Peak Time, that other different show. It's like, they're like, oh, these groups that are struggling. It's like, oh, guys, like, just these shows, it's just tough. It's just really tough. And the reason it, like, in case someone ever watches this, like, on our YouTube channel, as far as if you don't quite know K-pop stuff to this extent, these shows are typically already they'll already have the favorites picked. Like, a lot of it's very, very rigged, but also it is these people's livelihood. Like, that's what's so heartbreaking. It's not just, in the moment it's sad that someone doesn't get picked. Like, it's not just the award or whatever. It's it is often some people's last chance to get a career in the thing that they've dedicated 8-10 years of their life to, or whatever. Like, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Very, very high stakes, and that's why I can't even.
No. It's
we produced Energetic for 101.
Yeah.
A competition boy group. Like, whatever.
That's why I think that, like, like, I know that, like, what he said on the show is what he said, but I'm pretty sure it's purely a rigged promo thing for Mnet.
Right.
And to keep Cube in good graces for Mnet, they have to bring him over if they asked, or Mnet would stop, like, playing Cube entertainment musics, like,
devil.
On all of that. That's how they, like,
I mean, Cube is the devil too, but, like, you know.
and he's kind of
Yeah.
just this pawn in this whole game, and it's especially annoying when you like, we talked about this in what's that sweet being of a solo singer that won the award
Lee
show.
Nugent?
Yeah, he like came from a competition show like that literally was praised and loved because it wasn't mean. Like, so there's like actual proof that like
it
people
was encouraging.
like the non like aggressively cut mean music competition shows. Like, people loved it. So you don't have to like do this like messing up thing. Yeah. I mean, like, Solji's my ultimate bias, and she is one of the like the vocal like instructors on that show, and I still will not touch it. Just won't.
Can you even watch clips? Can you bring yourself to even watch clips?
I watch clips a little bit, but like, here's the problem: because she's not very well known, nobody clips her. Like they usually like,
because they usually clip the boys.
Right.
Yeah, the reaction or something. So it's like very much not her stuff. So yeah. It is what it is.
I don't remember who they announced was going to come as like, it wasn't one of the panelists, judge people, or even a coach. Like, someone was going to come in as a part-time coach type. Like, it was a guest or whatever. I don't remember who. I wish I could. It was someone very lovely, but they were definitely like on the same it was Hui was definitely like adjacent to this person. I think it might have been Minhyun. I think it might have been like, you know, someone that's been around since that generation of groups. And I'm like, so I always have bone to pick with that, but I'm sure the people that are actually watching it have even more so. You guys have hearts of steel. Good. I'm glad you can handle that. See, that is what keeps me not throwing things, so I will not.
Yeah. I want my neighbors not to hate me and for me not to like throw things around and break things in my room. So no.
If I don't want anger management issues,
I don't want the cops called on me.
If I don't want to start planning a trip over to Korea to visit Cube Entertainment.
If I don't want to be evicted.
Let's see. Any other things we want to talk about?
Do I have anything else? Minhyun is the Star Master. So.
Star Master. So, and I think that's, you know, coming in and mentoring kind of, I think.
One-on-one, yeah.
Yeah, he was, but a new Est, of course, who hype killed, like, whatever.
Yeah. Now we're just going to get into this, like, roller coaster. It's like a tumbleweed.
Because we start talking about hype, then you start talking about SM right now, and it's all a thing.
Oh my gosh, I don't.
I can't even
is on fire, and it's, like, confusing, and there's trees involved, and I just don't
There's
want
trees
to touch
involved?
It. It's the Espa stuff. It's like such a... I don't want to get into a deep dive on that. Like, it's so, like, that's a
whole other life.
That's a Noonas After Dark episode.
So if you ever want to hear us talking about that, where we have capital O opinions on something, our Patreon, patreon.com/certified Noonas. There you go.
And if you know, I've been bopping along while we're here. I've been listening to our Spotify, our Hump Day, Certified Hump Day. It's good. We have good taste in music.
We always have
just
good
in case
taste.
you know.
Really
So. And it's a lot of variety, I will say that. Yeah. We listen to a lot of different stuff. So
Try B. Or try whatever you want to call them. Try B.
I don't know.
Because they did a pre-release, or you know, they did. So Witch, I know that you liked Witch. It's a really good song.
It is a very good song.
So then when they finally released it, I was like, ha! And I went and shoved it on the playlist. I remember I went and found. I was like, it goes there.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything. I mean, there is stuff, just not stuff that I remembered or wrote down on my little list. If anybody else has anything.
Yeah, and like Spotify only shows so far too, and that's kind of rude.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
like some of these things that showed me like, oh, this is what you've listened to. Yeah, but some of them are just a one-off. Like you go check something out and you didn't really like.
I usually try to keep a list. I haven't been good about it. Like I'll like listen to something and then just forget to move it over.
I guess this reminds me, I haven't done any of my personal, like, I used to try to do monthly 2022 or now 2023. So, yeah.
And I used to, like,
doing that.
Spotify does that thing where it, like, shows you the new releases from, like, the things you're following and stuff. And I used to be, like, so on top of that. And I'm not doing that.
I still will check into the release radar playlist because one of the things I'm, without a membership right now, I don't have a subscription and it's killing me. It's so bad. But like free Spotify on the phone is terrible.
That's how I think of like YouTube without membership.
The release radar playlist, it will actually show me all the songs in it. All my other playlists, it just says, do you want to play the playlist? And I click play and it shuffles through the songs.
Yeah, you can't but like
the
release
radar, I can actually look at the songs. So I do appreciate that. I can't actually click them. You can click them and listen to a 10-second preview of the song.
Yeah.
But like on the computer, it's fine. It just gives you an ad here and there, but like otherwise works as normal Spotify. So I mostly only listen to Spotify right now when I'm on my computer.
Yeah. Another funny thing is the mixes. So I don't know if everyone has like kind of the funny mixes. You can just go put in like mixes into the search bar of Spotify and it'll tell you like your quote unquote mixes, and then some of them are just these really weird
the evil
names.
Mix was like, I've got one that's called the evil mix. I don't know
also,
what's evil about it. I'm like, okay.
I've gotten the pet mix once.
Oh yeah.
And then there's pirate mix, like there's but then there'll be something like milk mix. Like, what is that? I don't even know what that means. Like, I know that's like that's obviously my thing, but like that's not. I didn't name that. That's Spotify being random about something.
Yeah.
And then like I know that Jesse, you had like you said you had a mix that was based off of a group that you don't listen to.
It was it popped up once. It was like this full like page. I don't remember what it was called.
I'm struggling, Mike. I am struggling.
It's really hard. I remember those times when I didn't have premium. I don't remember what it was. It was like a thing where like it brought you a page where it had like a bunch of different mixes for you and a bunch of different things, and then it had what is that group? As soon as I took a picture of it.
Or like Goblin Core mix. Like what the crap?
Goblin Core. Golly.
Oh, no, where is it? Oh my gosh, what's happening? What is happening?
What is happening?
Oh no. As soon as I find it and then
okay, so I guess if you go into like if you go to search, but there's an actual page, like when you do that when you're on desktop, and then browse all, and then it goes like there's a made for you. And then there's some mixes, like your artist mixes, your decade mixes, mood mixes.
Yeah, it was one of those. I wish I could remember what the group is named. As soon as I would find it, Amanda would know who it is because it's a big Canadian group. Wonderfall. It's not in my photos, and I don't know why it's not in my photos.
But it was funny
a screenshot.
It was obviously with her other stuff that because usually the ones that you listen to a lot, it'll be like, a mix based off of
Winter Sleep. They've been around since the 90s, alt rock. Yeah, like I'm like the thing is it was like a thing. It was like you want to try this out, and it was like a full page where you would go and it would have like different things. People. And so like it had artist mixes made for me, and this Winter Sleep mix was literally in between Day 6 and G Dragon, which makes sense. But then it has this Winter Sleep, and I was like, I've never pushed play on a single song from them ever.
Weird.
So, what's going on?
Yeah. I wish someone should make like I'm sure someone probably has TikTok, like popular TikTok songs, because I always get into that too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the worst. But then it's also the worst because TikTok songs usually are only good for that brief little period. And then you hear the full song and you're like, okay. Or it's like a mix for it and you're like, oh, that's not how it's originally sung.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes a sound will be like a sped up something, and that actually the sped up one will like annoy me, and I'll be like, okay, that reminds me to go listen to the original because I can't handle.
I was walking through the store, and Fast Car, Tracy Chapman's Fast Car, but it wasn't Tracy Chapman's version, and it was like an electro dance pop. I was like, oh my God, I want to murder somebody right now. I was so mad. I was like, what is this? Like, it was just, I have to go home and cleanse my soul now.
You just have to like listen to hers on repeat. You're like, get it out, get it out.
And I looked up because I was like, who the heck? Yeah, it was some like, I don't know. It's some European, like Scandinavian group. And I'm like, no, you have to stop. Please stop.
You couldn't handle that cognitive dissonance. That was not working for
you. I'm like, this is it just write your own music, folks. Like I guess some songs you just can't.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing going on there, and it is not served well by your style of music.
It's kind of like when you go into a store and they do a Muzak person. Yeah, why touch perfection?
Exactly.
Yeah. If it's already good, go for another thing.
Oh. What?
So
I don't really have.
I don't really have anything else either.
It's very possible, but by the next time Noonas Radio rolls around, we'll have more things.
Maybe I'll like try to make a point of like keeping a notes and like you know, list going where I just throw every once in a while throw in things for our next Noonas live stream, and then I'll actually have things to talk about.
And it has been a very long, like, it's also been the holidays. Like when I say the holidays, like as far as that winter's weird, like the phase of time.
Yeah, it's true.
'Cause I find that I listen to a lot more music like in the spring and summer, like when I'm out doing stuff, and whereas in the winter, it's like, oh, I'm by a TV. I might as well be watching something as opposed to listening to something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's been fun.
Yeah. Listen to us on our podcast, Certified Noonas. You can find us everywhere on this YouTube and on a bunch of different podcast platforms. We're pretty much on all of them, almost all of them, because there's some that won't verify us, so whatever. We don't need you. We're
usually
on the
tiny,
normal,
usually the tiny ones, right? Like
we're on like Spotify and Apple's and Google, which are like the main ones. So
like you can find us. So
yeah.
And
we're still on all social media, even though Twitter is like dead. I don't know if it's back up. It was dead before we got on. We will try to keep on with Twitter, but I know we're doing. We
join our Discord.
That's true. We have a Discord, and Instagram is fairly active. I think like if you're looking for a social media place to follow us when Twitter dies, Instagram will probably be that, and Discord. So yeah. Cool. All right. Well, it's been fun.
Thank you for watching. Thank you, Mike.
Bye.
Bye.